Hi Year 4. Today in our mindfulness session, we're going to be focusing on attention and how to focus your attention in on what you want to focus it on. I thought this was a very relevant mindfulness session to run today because of the situation we're in at the moment where you are doing learning at home. I know that there's lots of other things going on around you, and at the same time you're expected to sit down and do your work and get it all done by a set time, where there's lots of other things that are distracting in your home that you would probably rather be doing. Even on your iPad, you have games, you have the internet, you have YouTube, all of these things that are competing for your attention. So this mindfulness activity today is designed to help you try and focus your attention on what you want to focus it on instead of on all the distractions around you. I hope you find it helpful. So I'm going to start with a question. What situations are you most easily distracted in? And what situations are you able to focus your attention fully? Well, I can answer that question for myself. Situations that I'm most easily distracted in is when I'm doing a quiet activity like reading a book or trying to concentrate on doing some work. I'm always distracted. But situations where I can focus completely is when I'm playing a game on my computer, like a video game. Usually when I'm watching a movie, I can focus my attention fully. When I'm teaching, I feel like I'm fully focused on my class when I'm teaching. So there's some situations where I can focus completely, but there are definitely situations where I would like to have better focus. Usually it's when I'm maybe a little bit bored that I find my focus waning a bit. So as you're sitting here listening to me right now, there are other things around me that you can see, noises that you can hear, and changing sensations throughout your body. The pressure of your feet against the floor, the feeling of your clothes against your skin, the memory of a conversation you had earlier with a friend. All of these sights and sounds and sensations are competing for your attention. In mindfulness, we are practicing focusing our attention on one thing and keeping it there. Just like riding a bike, the more we practice focusing our attention, the better we get at it. You can use your breath to practice focusing your attention. The breath is always with you, which means it's always available for you to practice mindfulness with. Now I'm going to play for you a meditation. And it might be one that you have done before, and that's okay. We can do these meditations more than once. And every time we do them, remember, it's us practicing our mindfulness and us practicing focusing our attention. The mindfulness session that we're going to do today, the meditation, is called belly breathing. So I'm going to play that for you now. Make sure you're sitting somewhere comfortable, away from as many distractions as you can, and get ready to relax and just focus your attention on one thing.
Belly breathing. We would like to take you on a little journey to the land of mindfulness. The land of mindfulness is a place deep inside you where you're safe and strong. A place where you can put a big smile on your mind. To go on this journey, we'd like you to lie on your back on the floor. Or you can sit cross-legged on a pillow on the floor. If you're sitting, make sure that your back is straight and that you're comfortable. Now, close or half close your eyes and then put your hands on your belly. Take 3 really big breaths. Feel your hands rise and fall with every big breath you take. As you breathe in, imagine your breath moving deep down into your belly. Good. Then let your breath return to normal. See if you can still feel your hands moving up and down with your breath. although you're trying to pay attention to your belly rising and falling, sometimes your mind gets distracted, and this is completely normal. It happens to all of us. So if this happens, try to bring your attention back to feeling your belly rise and fall with your breath. You're now going to count 10 of your breaths as you feel your belly rise and fall, rise and fall. So, count 1 as you breathe in, 2 as you breathe out, 3 in, 4 out, 5 in, 6 out, 7 in, 8 out, 9 in, 10 out. Good. Try doing this one more time without my help. So you count 1 as you breathe in, 2 as you breathe out, and so on all the way up to 10. If you get distracted and lose count, don't worry. Just bring your attention back to your breathing and start counting again at 1. If you get to 10 and we're still going, start again at 1 and keep counting. Okay, you can stop counting now. Bring your hands to rest in your lap or on the floor beside you. Try to feel your breath move in and out of your belly without your hands there to help you. We're going to sit still for a little while in silence, trying to feel our bellies rise and fall as we breathe in and out. If you get distracted, remember to come back to the feeling of your belly rising and falling with your breath. Well done. You've just put a big smile on your mind. I'm now going to ring a bell to end the exercise. Listen to it until you can't hear the ringing of the bell anymore, and then you can open your eyes.
We just finished our meditation, and now I'm going to ask you a few questions to think about to reflect on how your meditation went. How did you feel when you breathed deeply? Did you notice anything in particular? Did anyone else feel this way too? How did you feel when you breathed deeply? Did you notice anything in particular? Were you able to focus on your breathing some of the time? Did your mind think about other things too? What did you think about? Were you able to recognize when your mind had wandered and bring your attention back? Sometimes our brains need a break to refocus and reset our attention. One way of doing this is noticing when you're feeling unfocused, stopping and taking 3 deep breaths with your eyes closed. This week, I want you to practice this brain break 3 times when you're feeling unfocused. And after, I want you to think about your experience. You can even write about it in a journal if you want to. I want you to reflect on the following questions. First question is, how did you notice that you were unfocused? Second, what did it feel like to focus your attention on just your breath? And the third question, how did you feel afterwards? In mindfulness, we are practicing to focus our attention on one thing and keep it there. Just like riding a bike, the more we practice focusing our attention, the better we get at it. You can use your breath to practice focusing your attention. The breath is always with you, which means it's always available for you to practice mindfulness with. A breathing activity that you can practice when you need a brain break is to pretend that one hand is a beautiful flower and the other hand is a candle. As you breathe in, imagine that you're smelling the beautiful flower, and as you breathe out, blow out the candle. Whenever your brain needs to break or you find your attention is wandering, I want you to try this breathing exercise and see if it helps you to refocus your attention back on what you want to focus on.